Cameras are officially live.
Donovan Mitchell said, "Yeah, I'm going to go this way. You go that way."
Huh?
Donovan Mitchell said, "Yeah, the basket's there, but you're gonna stay back here." All right. There it is. What? This is getting crazy. Getting ready, you a fool, man. Dude. Yes. Good evening. Happy Tuesday, everybody. You know what that means.
Tacos.
Time for another edition of Sports for You on a Tuesday. Episode number 40, y'all. 40. This is episode 40.
All right.
10 more until we reach that great episode number 50. The countdown to the 50th is on. So thank y'all for joining us. I'm John. To my left, that's Mark.
Yo, what up?
To my right, that's Nick Freeze.
What up?
And of course, the man that's working the board, the power father himself, Mr. Townhouse Media, Mr. Ben Reddy. Thank y'all again for tuning in, joining us here on another Tuesday on Facebook Live, the Sports for You Facebook page, and of course on YouTube on the Townhouse Media channel. Make sure you hit the like button on Sports for You and Townhouse Media on Facebook, and hit that subscribe button for Townhouse Media on YouTube. Always follow us on the socials, of course, at Sports for You Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Of course, Townhouse Media now on Facebook, Instagram, and of course on YouTube, as I stated earlier. You download wherever you listen to your podcasts: Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Google, Amazon Music, Stitcher Podcast, Verbal, wherever you listen to your podcast. Just tap in, download, subscribe, and like. Thank y'all for joining us on this Tuesday after daylight savings time edition. Got the Jazz Celtics game on in the studio, and the Jazz are up 4.
That's not Jordan Clarkson's real hair.
Yeah, it's not. But I'm stalling him out, man.
Nah.
He's a Clutch client.
Okay.
Speaking of Clutch, they made some moves. They're in the news. We're gonna talk about them.
So he's playing with a wig on?
Yeah.
Or plugs. And I'm not talking shoes. I'm not talking Jordan. I'm not talking Jordan Connect either. So thank y'all for joining. We'll get a couple updates on a couple things. Obviously, want to continue saying our prayers and good wishes to Tiger Woods. Found out he's back in Florida now. So
Good.
So hopefully he gets to recover and take as much time you need. Eldrick, don't rush your return.
Who?
I said the government.
Oh.
Man, that's probably the second time I've heard his real name ever in life.
Really?
I thought you were saying Genuine real name.
Nah, Genuine is Elgin.
Like Baylor?
Yeah, that's his full name. Elgin Baylor is his first. Genuine's full name.
So never mind, different show. Go ahead.
And Tiger's first name is Eldrick, like Elgin, but I guess you mean Roderick. I don't know, but that name is Earl.
Huh? Well,
but he's home, and that's good.
Yeah.
And so he's recovering.
That's all that matters.
But we want to send our the RIP. Obviously, lost a legend over the weekend. One of the greatest that ever laced up a pair of gloves, and the marvelous one, Marvin Hagler.
Man, yeah, he was young too.
66.
I wish the producer was here so he can press a bomb.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna press a bomb because Marvin Hagler was one of the greatest that ever did it. Hagler Hearns started trending on Twitter. Started trending on Saturday. I'm like, man, I was just tempted to go watch the fight again. Just go watch the fight just because. I miss Mark just because,
That was a hell of a fight.
That was.
They said that first round was like a bloodbath.
Yeah, because that was the that was during the time where these heavyweights, they was I always say boxing is at its best when the heavyweight division is good, and that was most definitely around that time the heavyweights, light heavy, they were very good. So you were liable to see a knockout by second or third round during that time.
100% agree, and they were throwing hands. It was like Street Fighter hands, the way they were.
Yeah.
Like combos. I remember just recently, me and Mark, we was watching the Errol Spence fight. We watched some old tapes of Aaron Pryor on YouTube, and this dude did a maybe a 25 combo. A 25 like a 25 hit combo or something, man.
Oh yeah, that's insane.
I swear, we was looking like, dude, is the other guy gonna fight back?
He couldn't. You couldn't. It's hard to hurt a.
Yeah, it was like Josh asked me and Mark was like, so who defeated this dude? And we answered at the same time. Drugs.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Aaron Pryor though. Mm-hmm. But he was, man. But again, the Marvin Hagler B. Drop a bomb for Marvin Hagler, man. So rest in peace to Marvin Hagler and all those who we've lost. You know, as we go through this year, we're getting started. We're getting ready for March Madness, man. I'm ready. This is the March Madness edition. This is episode 40. Oh boy! And this is the time where the degenerates make their annual trips to Vegas, and they bet a lot of money on this opening round of the tournament, first round. The tournament is going to be different this year. They're going to be in the bubble in Indiana. The play-in games, the first four, they're going to actually be the Thursday games this year. Usually they would have been like today and tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And then Thursday would have been the tournament and been being in round one and everything. And about time, the weekend in, we know who's in the Sweet 16. But everything is being pushed back from Thursday to Sunday to Friday to Monday. So,
okay.
Good luck to our Tar Heels. I haven't watched, to be honest, outside of the 2 North Carolina Duke games, I did not watch a lick of college basketball this year.
Did North Carolina play anybody else besides Duke?
Actually, they did, but it was so bad. They played in the tournament, but everybody plays in the tournament. By the way, what do y'all think about that? You got a regular season winner for the conference, and then you have the tournament winner for the conference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I always found that that process confusing to me. Many ways, it was weird, but I think it should be just just the little the regular season. But I don't know. The whole tournament process is dope. Let's say, for example, the little Cinderella stories. A lot of those happen during the start of these tournaments and everything. So
yeah, the Loyolas, they're talking about them. The return of Sister Jean, the 100-year-old chaplain from Loyola Chicago. She's going to be at the tournament.
I actually like the how they had a regular season tournament. Regular season championship and the conference championship, because man, like in the ACC, say if North Carolina win the regular season and then somebody else get hot in the conference tournament, like a Virginia or a Virginia Tech get hot and then they win it, now they raise their stock in the NCAA tournament. I think that's dope, man.
And I can see it's going to be interesting because people are going to be watching the tournament this year, and obviously some people haven't watched the lick of college basketball, even in previous years when we didn't have a pandemic. But this is going to be interesting then because everybody who's going to be betting on games this year pretty much have the same odds, even if they weren't betting on games. If they were betting on games, how they watched every game of college basketball in 2020, 2021. So we're gonna try to see if we can win y'all some. We can win y'all some money.
What up, Ben?
Shout out Ben Fair. Shout out everybody who's watching on Facebook, those watching on YouTube. Gonzaga's the favorite.
Yeah, I figured.
Followed and it's Gonzaga, it's Michigan, Houston, Baylor are the teams who are looking like the favorites according to the odds makers. A key that I've learned today, I heard this from Steve Fezzik. He runs pregame.com in Vegas, one of the top sports betting websites in Nevada. Try to stay away from the 14 parlay.
Are you kidding me?
Stay away from the 14ers. Always do a 3. Just keep it minimum 3.
Okay, and why is that?
Because a 14 parlay sometimes can be fool's gold.
Got it.
So look at it. Obviously, say if there's an odd, the team is plus 600, you want to play plus 400, put 100 down on a card. And obviously, you playing that extra card, you're only winning that with an extra like $10. Your odds are better off playing as less on the parlay than playing more. because obviously you want to play more because you want to win more. But if you play less on a parlay, you have better chances of winning.
Yeah.
So shout out to Big Baby Jonathan in the house from the Big Baby Sports Network. Him and Daniel Artest, Ron Artest brother, they did a podcast together. So shout out all the podcasts who support, man.
Most definitely.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Always, obviously, all the other radio stations, independent stations, they be liking our posts and stuff. So we want to say to everybody in the podcast network, appreciate y'all, love y'all. But this is going to be an interesting tournament. Obviously, I'm biased. I want North Carolina to win, but obviously, it seems like this is going to be Gonzaga's year.
I'm going for Michigan.
One of their best players is hurt, so.
Gonzaga's?
No,
Michigan.
Oh, yeah, he so is, huh? Mm-hmm. By the way, shout out to Juwan Howard, man.
Only reason why I'm going for him.
And the crazy thing is, it's 31 years to the day that I think the Fab Five was in their first tournament. First year, their Fab Five's first year was 91-92. They played 92-93. So they're obviously 30 years to the time when the Fab Five made their debut at Michigan, and now he's making his debut as the head coach of the same school. So good luck to Juwan Howard and all those.
I got Gonzaga.
It seems like it. Gonzaga is the favorite to win, and I probably are. By the way, shout out to Houston. I watched them the other day. I didn't even know. I brought this up last week. I didn't know they were that good.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
I had seen some of their highlights the other day. They look a pretty good team.
By the way, they're a Jordan school.
Yeah, you told
Yeah.
I remember you said it last week. Jalen Suggs is going to be a top 3 pick.
From Gonzaga, right?
Yep.
Who would have thought
Yep.
Gonzaga would have like a top 3 pick like that?
Him, the dude from USC, and
Mobley. Shout out, but wow,
Jordan thought that.
What was the last guy that was good from Gonzaga?
Zach Collins probably. No,
Yeah, Jordan.
no, wasn't no. Didn't Rui Hachimura go to Gonzaga too?
Rudy Hachimura. You talking about the one Jordan picked, right?
Oh, you going there? The guy,
Adam Morrison.
Adam Morrison.
Former Laker Adam Morrison.
Kidding me?
The guy they said going to be
Are
the
you
next Dirk.
kidding me?
What?
Are you kidding me?
Who? Diggler?
Are you?
Pause.
Whoa. What?
I know you weren't talking exactly.
Yo,
Time out, dude. Okay, B. Now we can bring the show back off. We can bring the show back on the road now.
what just happened?
I know there weren't people really thinking that Adam Morrison was going to be the next Dirk Nowitzki.
Man, that was one of the things that was said when he was getting drafted.
Man, please draft experts. You're hurting these dudes' potential before they even step a foot in the NBA game. Do you think that some of these guys don't hear that? I bet you Dirk probably heard that. He was like, man, I'm finna probably drop 50 on this kid.
I mean, what's worse, that or somebody? People were comparing Deshaun Stevenson to Jordan.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Are you kidding me?
Deshaun
Are
Stevenson.
you kidding me?
Like defensively?
No, offensively,
Like-
to come out of high school.
Like what he was a jerk like Jordan too. That's what you mean offensively?
He was doing what?
He was not. He was a. Seriously, are you gonna do this again? No. So who
Yeah.
compared Deshaun Stevenson to Jordan?
Man, there was
Dang
was
Slam,
people- there was
thank you
people out
Slam
there.
magazine. This is your fault.
yeah. It was one of them little goofy magazines.
Probably Steven, Skip.
Yeah, the same. Yeah, don't get me started on that. Oh man, let's talk no NBA. Kevin Arnovitz from ESPN.com. He had an interesting article. I wanted to bring it up last week, and I want to bring it up this week. The three ball pause era in the NBA. It seems like every team is shooting threes. Every team wants to shoot threes because everyone wants to copy what Golden State did. He had said there was a game, I think it was Milwaukee and Minnesota, where there was a total of 98 threes taken. I'm trying to figure out who on Minnesota shoots threes like that. D'Angelo Russell's not playing.
Let me tell you something. The people that's blaming Golden State for this, you only blame them because they were the successful team behind it. This is Mike D'Antoni's fault. This is most definitely Mike D'Antoni's fault. It started from Phoenix, then it led to the first one to win with that was the Spurs when they killed the Heat that year with all those 3-pointers. You remember that year?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they destroyed Miami that year. They couldn't miss a 3-pointer to save their life. And then they just took that formula from there and added it with better players and better shooters, and we see what we have now. You said 98?
98 total threes.
That's ridiculous.
Is that bad for the game?
That's what I think Kevin Arnovitz is asking. Has the 3-point era is it ruining basketball? Is it ruining the NBA right now?
If you can shoot 3-pointers, there's nothing wrong with shooting them. But let's not get away. I don't understand why people keep getting away from the mid-range shot. The mid-range. If you're a mid-range killer, you're pretty much the man.
Analytics.
And you talking about the dudes the pencil dudes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the nerds.
Yeah, the guys that don't play.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The Daryl Morey's.
Let's pay attention to the guys that don't play. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I'm just telling you. You asked the question. I'm just telling you why they don't do the mid range.
Yeah.
Analytics says it doesn't make sense.
So it makes more. So analytics say it makes more sense to shoot the 98 3-pointers than for you to shoot 98 mid-range shots. Why? Because they figure if you make at least half of them, it'll be more than. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's dumb.
And a lot of times people take long twos. They figure if you go take that long two, you might as well take a step or two back and shoot the 3.
Oh, the Carmelo 2-pointer?
Mm-hmm.
I know this. Carmelo basically won a national title basically shooting nothing but mid-range in Syracuse. And he didn't really start shooting threes till he got to the NBA.
Yeah, but his teammate on that team shot a lot of threes, Jerry McNamara.
Whatever happened to him? Is he coaching?
Yeah,
he's
he's assistant coach now.
I mean, he was Melo's teammate.
He was good, though.
Yeah, he was.
He was good. He shot a lot of threes, so it kind of balanced itself out. I think you can have a healthy balance of both of them. If you have somebody if you have a 3-point shooter on your team, that's fine. But I also think the stars. I think LeBron should have a mid range.
Yeah.
I love Kawhi's mid range. When Kevin Durant wants to get to the mid range, his mid range is unstoppable.
Yeah, Kevin Durant, one of the best mid-range shooters in the game.
DeRozan, his mid-range.
Yeah, killer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like we still have it in the league, but it's just overshadowed by the threes because I can make a mid range, and if you come down and make 2 threes, you'll get more of the pub because you made 2 threes.
So,
yeah, analytics.
So, yes, I think analytics is just run. Look, I have no problem with analytics. I'm like this. I like having much information as possible, but I'm not going to let one particular area just cloud my entire thinking process because I can use some analytics and I can use the eyeball test and use old school scouting and, watching,
That's still the number one thing that counts is the eye test. If you can pass the eye test, then you're pretty much cool. Analytics don't matter. Because if you go by analytics say that Kobe was a horrible player. If you go by analytics. And we all know that's not true.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I'm not the person to ask. You see, if y'all can see, matter of fact, y'all can zoom in on my jersey. I know Mark and Nick don't want to zoom in on the color, but y'all can see the number. It's 8.
No.
Yes, that's Mamba forever. Mamba out, but not forgotten always. But I just think with the 3 era, look, what Golden State had is just unique. You have the 2 greatest shooters of all time.
I have 3 of them.
Who's the third? Well, you had
Kevin
Durant.
Durant.
Wait, just right.
Kevin Durant. Look, I don't get me wrong. What Curry does is absolutely amazing. But we all have to remember, we got to go back to that MVP year of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was doing some off-the-wall crazy stuff that year. He was making shots from everywhere. He was making 3-pointers look like mid-range shots. That dude, that MVP year was amazing. And he's still a very, very, very good shooter. Still one of the best shooters in the league.
It's crazy he only has 1 MVP, but that's just a traveling trophy. By the way,
Cool. Kevin Durant?
yeah, thoughts on MVP? We talked about the MVP last week. Who be the first?
It's a shame LeBron only got 4.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's going to be stuck with 4 because everyone's giving Zari penciled in Joel
Are
Embiid
you
as
kidding me?
the MVP. And Vegas has him the favorite now.
LeBron should have at least 6.
Yeah. Joel Embiid is balling this year too.
The MVP should be named LBJ.
I agree. It should be the LeBron James Award.
How many MVPs y'all think Jordan really lost? Let's think about it. Okay, so he lost 93 to Barkley.
He should have
He,
won.
he retired for 2. He retired for 2 years, and he won him first back in '96.
Hold on.
Let's go back. Let's go back before then. The year when he won Defensive Player of the Year and led the league in scoring, he should have won MVP.
He didn't win MVP that
I
year.
don't know if he did.
No, he didn't. He didn't win MVP that year. That what did they win? How far did
was
they go to the playoffs that year?
First round.
Oh,
If
that
they
was
went.
that was during that time. That's probably why.
Well,
That's the only thing I can think of.
well, B, you can sympathize with this. When Dirk won MVP, that was the year they had the best record, and they ended up getting eliminated from the first round. But like we've had this discussion, it's a regular season award,
Yeah.
and I want people to understand that because people want to say, okay, let's throw the playoffs. I heard Jay Williams. I've heard Max say this. I'm like, stop. And wait, this ain't gonna be the last time I hear Max Kellerman's name. Because, again, I'm definitely calling him out and calling out names. Spoiler. Did Gobert just dunk on?
Yeah, he just dunked on somebody. He's still weak.
By the way, now I know I want to start talk about also, since we're talking to NBA. It's officially been 1 year since the sports and the world when the whole world was shut down.
Jordan did win MVP that year.
Thank God. I was going to say. But perspective on the year we've been through. Obviously, we were in the infant stages of starting this wonderful podcast and platform that we're having on every Tuesday. And then the whole world shuts down. There was no sports. There was no NCAA tournament. There was nothing. And obviously, we got through it because we had The Last Dance. It was so much going on with social unrest that players were still being active and seen. But now that we're back a year later, sports are going on like normal, just without fans. And it sounds like we're going to get fans real soon. How do y'all reflect on this last year we've been through, just from the pandemic? The vaccine seems to be working. People are getting in by the masses on the daily. And now we still got issues with social unrest and racism, which Mark's going to hit on and calling out names as well. That's another spoiler. But where we're at now, and it seems like we're going to get fans back really, really soon. It makes you think. What makes y'all think? What do y'all thought process is? Start with you, Mark.
It was a different year, man. Like it was interesting, to say the least. Just the not knowing of what was going to happen, what was coming forward, and then once I seen Sports Stop, I think we was doing No Rules that night. Shout out to No Rules.
Sure was, because I was watching. And the man on the television is partly the reason why.
Yeah, once we seen sports get shut down, we was like the world about to get shut down.
Yeah.
And I like how the NBA handled it. With the bubble, I think all sports should have done that last year. NHL did it. I don't know, man. It was different. It's weird to see NBA players not without fans because that's like them playing pickup games, and usually we're not privy to those kind of games when it's NBA players playing pickup games. But it's been fun, man. Salute to all the players that played through it, that didn't opt out and still came to play, man. I salute to all of them, man, and salute to the ones who did opt out, man. I respect it.
Most definitely. It was most definitely weird seeing going through certain parts of the year where I'm used to seeing some type of sports going on and it wasn't nothing. Mm-hmm. That was most definitely weird. But the main thing I can most definitely say about this past year was the fact of like the whole adjustments to everything. It was very weird because it was something changing literally at one point. It seemed like every hour, something it was something different going on, and seeing that, and just the for me personally, I always said like about 10 years looking back at this is gonna be the crazy part, and just thinking about like, man, you remember when this was going on? Remember they shut the NBA down? Remember the bubble? Remember this and that? That's gonna be the thing that's gonna be crazy. But the NBA most definitely did the right thing with the bubble. They handled everything right. They even with the social justice issues, they handled everything to the best of their abilities. And I give Adam Silver, he handled it. He has a very difficult job, and he handled it very well. I can most definitely say that.
I agree.
Unlike baseball,
He probably handled it the best. Obviously, I was watching the Inside. I finally finished watching the Inside NBA documentary, and they just went back that whole year, how that whole year started from the China situation to them being at Staples Center opening night when the Lakers and Clippers played the second night of the doubleheader. Then David Stern died New Year's Day, and I was like, whoa. And then you fast forward 25 days later, and January 26 happens, and we lose Kobe. That still don't seem right. Then you fast forward 2 months later, and we're in a nationwide pandemic, and everybody is locked into their homes. It was just something I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. Sports went dark for 4 months. And then next thing you know, they all just returned at the same time, pretty much. From baseball at opening day to the NBA resuming, hockey was going, and then college football got started a month later. Enter college basketball months after that, and now here we are, and we're finna have fans back, and it's gonna be good. I really want to see fans back for the playoffs. I know we're finna get fans for baseball. But, man, it's hard, Paul's watching these arenas, like Mark said, looking like basic glorified pickup games.
it's going to be interesting, the 30 for 30 they make for 2020.
By the way, they already started the 30 for 30 podcast about – they had the 30 for 30 podcast about March 11th, 2020. Crazy.
They did it for the whole year. Like, it was too many events that happened, from David Stern to Kobe to the everything getting shut down to – all the social justice issues. It was just a lot of stuff that happened.
There was all that going on at one time.
And then like you say, you add that with the pandemic happened. 2 days later, a young lady, police bust into a young lady's home, and she dies. And no one knew who she was, but we learned to find out her name was Breonna Taylor. Mm-hmm. Fast forward 2 months later, we see a man is face down on the concrete in Minnesota with a white police officer's knee on the back of his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And he's yelling, "I can't breathe." And we find out his name is George Floyd. Go figure that he grew up with Stephen Jackson, but he ended up dying and ended up changing the world, because now people seeing, okay, y'all thought we were just playing. No, this is real. And I say this about TNT, they broached every issue of it. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I know ESPN had the edict where they was trying to stick to sports and everything. But it was just time where you just had to say, you know what, you got to go off, you got to throw the script out the window and just go ahead and let it happen. Because I seeing all these black journalists on TV finally have voice be taken more serious. From what happened with Kerry Champion and the former president. Jemele Hill and the former president. Her and Kerry Champion coming together to do their show. The stories that we found out that basically Skip tried to keep her on mute and basically try to make it seem like he made Jemele and this and that.
But he tried to keep Jemele on mute?
No, he really kind of keep Kerry on mute. Because the situation, y'all remember when Stephen A. got in trouble with that for his comments about domestic violence.
Oh, yeah.
And they really didn't let Kerry have a voice in that and voice her opinion on what Stephen A. said, which was kind of not fair, her being the only woman on set. Mm-hmm. And obviously, Stephen A. got suspended. We all know what happened there. But then other stuff, the emails where Skip basically told Jemele, I basically acting like he made her like this and that. And she just basically, I don't F a Skip like that. So
He made who? Jamel Hill?
yeah, I'm like, chill, dude.
Sounds about white.
That's a good one. I like that one, brother. But
Think they made a black woman, huh?
So basically, I have Stephen A. Smith to blame for us having Molly.
pretty much. You sound like, shout out to Fat, man. 'Cause I swear, you and Fat the only two people I know who actually went on. Well, I know who publicly speak out against her like that.
That's because I don't know. She doesn't do what her job is supposed to be. Her job is supposed to be, she's not supposed to be cutting nobody off while they're talking. She overtalks people. She doesn't do her job as a mediator. She becomes part of the discussion when you're supposed to be mediating. That's not your job.
And I think what happened was when obviously they saw the criticism they got for basically putting a muzzle on Carrie. Now they felt like they had to let whoever, whether it's Molly or they have a fill-in host, like the chick Charlie from WWE who fills in sometime, or when it was Roz from TNT. They had to let them have a voice because they don't want to seem like they being misogynistic or chauvinist.
Yeah.
But you can obviously I like women having a voice on programs like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make sure I don't say nothing I don't want to offend nobody. But you have to also make sure there's an equal balance for everyone. There's 3 people on that set.
Yeah.
There should be a third. Each third. Each person should have a third of the pie, so they can have their opinions and be able to just direct traffic the way it should be, instead of just becoming a filibustering the marathon.
Yeah, because it be times where, like I've seen it on there, like where Stephen A. Smith will tell her, like Molly, relax. Like, hold on, Molly, let me finish what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that numerous times, but yeah, it's dope that they give them an opportunity. Don't get me wrong, it's dope they give them an opportunity to voice their opinion, but at the end of the day, you still have to remember what your job as a mediator is, and you gotta let the debaters debate.
Yeah, and one of those debaters is gonna. Man, the Max thing bothered me, man. But I'm saving it for calling out names. I don't want to fast forward through the show. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say nothing that makes us just pause and then have to cut the whole system off. We're a week away from the trade deadline.
Uh-huh.
We said last week we all think a big name that's gonna move.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm hearing another name is being talked about. I talked about it before the show. Miles Turner's name is being talked about, could be on the trade block.
It's 10 days. Trade deadline's 10 days away, right?
Yeah, March 25th at noon will be the trade deadline.
I'm seeing Miles Turner being traded. I can see who else I can see being traded. I still have a funny feeling that the Clippers are going to trade either Lou Williams or Patrick Beverly at some point for somebody.
I think they're going to put both of them in a package and send them to Toronto
to get Kyle Lowry.
Yep.
I wouldn't be upset about that. And oh my goodness, Kemba Walker just played some incredible defense against
Wow,
Donovan Mitchell. Don't tell me he's gonna make that. Oh, okay. That was crazy. But yeah, that was I could see him being. I see Oladipo. He wants to be a Laker so bad, but I don't think the Lakers can actually make the trade.
No, we can't. We can't.
It's impossible. Y'all don't have the excuse me. Y'all can't make the money match.
And I pretty much brought this up last night when I was on.
Wow. He's garbage. Oh, he's garbage for that.
That was a Sprite. That was Sprite commercial.
Yeah.
By the way, Jason Tatum's nice. He just went to the wrong school.
He's all right.
He just went to the wrong school.
Yeah. You know, I blame Jerry Stackhouse.
I think there's going to be more on the buyout market with Drummond, PJ Tucker,
JaVale McGee.
Yeah.
Whiteside.
I think the Lakers. I think y'all gonna get one of those.
Definitely. I think the Lakers and the Clippers going to end up getting one of those players.
I know this. If Andre Drummond goes to Brooklyn, I'm going to be very upset.
You might as well prepare yourself to be upset then.
He better not, man.
Hey.
Here's my thing. If he goes there, you're going there to try to help the team win. Where's your minutes coming from? Because you're not going to get minutes over DeAndre Jordan.
Why wouldn't he?
I mean, he's deserving of it. But KD and Kyrie have DeAndre Jordan here because that's their boy.
Look, they want to win.
Even though
go on to the bench.
Even though KD was the one who heavily recruited Blake Griffin, but let LeBron do that. It's an issue. Let LeBron do that. It's an issue. But I digress.
Speaking of busters, look what's on TV. All right, go ahead.
Oh man! Speaking of Michigan, Chris Webber, he's a finalist for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, him?
Well, he's in the Hall of Fame. That Marv Alberts. By the way,
Didn't he have nothing?
no, say that for another show, man. Marv Alberts still a legend, man. But yeah, he's another guy who basically got ran out by the Knicks. He did.
Well,
Only man.
Yeah, I think I think there's gonna be some interesting moves in the next month or so. Because like you said, I think it'll be more of a buyout market.
Because teams,
Yeah.
because with the playing tournament now, there are going to be a lot of teams who are going to be really hesitant on making trades. So,
Hey, did Sacramento sign Buddy Hield?
yeah,
Yeah.
he's getting $100 million. He's got $100 million deal right now.
he should be a Laker.
Yeah, but he doesn't get along with Luke Walton. But I digress. You ready to talk some NFL, man?
Please.
Let's move on to the NFL because we'll talk more NBA next week as we getting ready for the trade deadline. And it's that time of the year again. It's free agent frenzy.
For everybody else.
Yeah, man.
Mark will explain that in just a matter of moments, folks.
Emmanuel Sanders.
So
We haven't signed him.
free agency is now let me ask you this. This title annoys me.
We signed a punter.
They called it.
At least y'all done draft one in the first round.
Didn't y'all draft a kicker and a punter in the first round? Well, y'all drafted Janikowski in the first round.
I think we drafted Shane Leckler like in the second round or third round, something like that.
Well,
Janikowski worked out for y'all.
I mean, he's our number one scorer. He's number one in points all the time for the Raiders.
y'all the only team to have a punter in the Hall of Fame, Ray Guy. They named the punter award.
Rape guy?
No, Ray.
No, RAYGUI. Ray Guy is in the Hall of Fame. He's the only punter in the Hall of Fame.
Got it. I know who not in the kicker. I know what kicker not in the Hall of Fame.
Who?
I heard. By the way, I heard his name today. I'm not gonna bring him up.
You talking about Mr. Left?
Wyatt
Right.
Yeah, Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott.
Anyway, so yeah.
So teams have met. So as I was saying, this is the legal tampering period. And then, by the way, what kind of name is that for free agent negotiations, man?
It's like the purge. Like
Legal tampering. That is a total oxymoron. That's redundant. It's illegal to tamper. Just call it. This is free agent negotiations.
no, this is legal tampering.
I don't get this. It's not legal tampering. These dudes are free agents. So what is? I digress. But teams have been handing out the bag, and one team who handed out the bag a lot was the New England Patriots. All I'm gonna say is Tom Brady said, "Yeah, where was all this?" And granted, I know what you said yesterday in our chat. Defensively, they've always made the right move,
Always.
but they weren't always signing the right guys on offense.
Right.
You're right.
So yesterday, the New England Patriots signed Jonnu Smith, the tight end from the Titans.
That's a good sign. That's a good pickup.
Matthew Judon, the defensive lineman. Was he linebacker or defensive lineman?
He's an edge rusher.
Pass rusher from the Ravens.
He's very good too.
Yes. He was franchised last year, and the Ravens didn't franchise him again this year. Jalen Mills, cornerback from the Eagles.
He's good too.
Nelson Aguilar from Nick Freese's Raiders.
Hunter Henry.
That's a solid pickup for them.
They have Hunter Henry and Smith.
And they got
I was getting there.
And they got
Kendrick Bourne.
Kendrick Bourne.
Hey, Cam got some weapons.
And now Hunter Henry.
Cam got some weapons.
I thought the Red Rifleman was gonna go over there.
Where was they? I know Belichick. Wow. Belichick actually wanted him on the squad last year. Pause.
Yeah. I think that would have been a better fit for him than in Chicago, but
Shout out to Fat. I know he's very upset at.
They still have Nick Foles over there.
Yeah.
in Chicago?
Quarterback battle of the year: Andy Dalton versus Nick Foles.
What about Trubisky? He part of the.
He's a free agent.
Wait.
They cut his year. He only been in the league 3 years,
Wait,
right?
so-
They didn't pick up his fifth-year option.
Chicago said, "Get out of here, man."
Look, this is the craziest thing forever. This is one of the dumbest trades in not even just in NFL history, in the history of trades.
John Lynch might go in the Hall of Fame as a GM just because of this trade, by the way. He's
So-
going in as a safety, but he might be going as a GM for this trade.
I can't believe what they traded. What like was it two? It was 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, they went from 3 to 2.
Yeah, just to move one spot down to draft a quarterback that the other team ahead of them wasn't going to draft anyway.
They could have got him in the 3rd round.
They could have got him. They could have got him on the 3rd day, probably. To be honest.
Yeah, there wasn't nobody going to draft Mitchell Trubisky that high.
So Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes are sitting right there, and you trade up for Mitchell Trubisky.
I feel like we're missing another quarterback in that talk.
Let's be clear. North Carolina is known for basketball. They're not known for football.
No,
Julius Peppers.
That's one.
Hakeem Nicks.
That's 2.
Lawrence Taylor.
Okay, that part. That part.
Robert Quinn.
Okay, you're naming everybody. You notice all the trend that all the guys y'all named, right, with exception of Hakeem Nicks, right?
Defensive player.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Ronald Curry's not walking through that door.
Football or basketball?
Well, he didn't make. Well, he made it to the NFL briefly, but I think I think they say he's a quarterback coach now.
He was good in both.
Yeah, I know this. Shout out to Ronald Curry. Pause.
Yo,
But back to the Patriots, man. So y'all pass out all this money to y'all. Now you want to go sign elite offensive players for Cam Newton because you signed Cam Newton to basically an incentive-laden contract where if he meets all the incentives, he can make up to $14 million next year. It's really a $5 million contract.
well, who could? All right, so Brady's last year.
They could have got Tyrod.
We'll get to him. We'll get to him in a minute.
He's in Houston.
Yeah, where Deshaun Watson won't be week 1.
Pretty much.
We'll see.
But so the last year Brady was there. I'm trying to think of that free agency. Was there really any offensive talent really to go out there and get?
2019.
Who was
We got smartphones, fellas. Let me look
let
it
me,
up.
yeah.
Just Google 2019 free agency class,
I'm about to look it up right now.
and I'll pick up the commentary. Well, I think about the 2019 free agency. Obviously, Brady's last year was, of course, they lose in the wild card. They lose wild card weekend to the Titans. Obviously, Edelman was still there. They were coming off winning the Super Bowl against the Rams the following year. But they weren't. I can't really think of anybody
All right, so these are the receivers
that were free agents in 2019.
Golden Tate would have been somebody.
He went to the Giants.
Yeah,
John-
that's probably it.
John Brown.
Tyrell
Went to your
Williams.
Bills. He went to your Raiders.
They were actually going to get Adam Humphries, but
Then he went to the Titans.
because he wasn't sure of what was going on with Brady, that's the reason why he didn't sign.
So he ended up going to the Titans.
And Cole Beasley,
Went to Mark's Bills.
there's really not that much better after that as far as offensive talent. They could have got Jared Cook at tight end.
They could have got Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, they could. But I think they end up getting Sony Michel instead.
They drafted Sony Michel.
Yeah, they drafted Sony Michel, and they still had what's his name, James
White. He's a free agent, by the way.
Yeah, neither one of them was better than Le'Veon Bell.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Right now, they might be.
Not then.
Nah, not then. No way. Yeah, that was the offensive talent. wasn't too much. Because I'm looking at it right now. Nah, it wasn't really.
They signed Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they sure did. Right before the season, because he left. Because the Raiders said, "You know, I'm tired of this clown."
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, it wasn't. It was a lot of defensive talent.
Oh, we got some breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Let me see what we got here.
We got some trade. We got some rumors. Okay,
Trade rumors or trade?
we got some talks. Of course, this is from the Ringer.
Uh-oh. That's a reliable source.
Oklahoma City Thunder interested in sending Trevor Ariza to Miami in exchange for a second-round pick. Trevor Ariza, for those who don't know, he's in Oklahoma City. Well, he's not in Oklahoma City. He's on the Oklahoma City roster. He's out here in LA. Shout out. But he hasn't played all year. He's basically like Iguodala last year. Iguodala basically stayed away from Memphis until he got traded to the Heat. This is going to happen again.
So once again, Miami's going to end up getting a player.
Who's fresh.
Yeah.
For the playoffs.
I don't know.
For a second round pick.
Man, it's not bad for second round pick. Trevor Ariza. Let me see how he would what role would he play in up over there for him?
He'd be backing up Jimmy Butler.
So So who is Iguodala still there?
Yes.
So who's Iguodala backing up?
Well, Iguodala's what? Pretty much. Pause. I know what you're saying, bro.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was bad.
And boy, Iguodala can basically. He's more of a utility guy right now. So you know, because obviously he can play the 1, 2, 3, or the 4.
Okay. Okay.
It's a lot of positions.
To play basketball. A lot of positions to play basketball, Mark.
We were talking about
Are
playing
you
basketball.
kidding me?
Yeah. Just being clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was.
So Trev will be a backup 3 or a backup 4, depending on the situation. Pause. See, it's why this conversation just started off wrong.
Yo, all right.
This conversation just started off wrong. The No Rules edition carrying over from last week, man.
Nah, man. There's loose cats running around this studio. I don't know where they be coming from.
Wait, you said what?
What in the world is going? What in the world is going on tonight, man?
All right. So yeah,
Trevor Ariza to the Heat. Obviously it makes sense for Miami. Oklahoma City said they weren't going to buy him out of his contract, and obviously Sam Presti's not known for buyouts, so this is going to happen.
I think that's a good move for Miami. I think a lot of teams could have used him.
Yeah, the Lakers was one of them. We definitely was interested before the season started.
Because
Like 2 years ago too.
He's a 3-and defensive player,
Yeah.
and he can shoot. I think that'll be good for the Lakers, but it'll be good for Miami because he can come in and give him some spark off the bench.
So let's move back over to the NFL. So we talked about the moves that the Patriots made. How about the moves by the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Can we talk about the move the Bills made?
We'll get there.
Okay.
The Bills.
Oh, okay.
Y'all officially have Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, the Bills. We'll talk about them in a minute. But the Bucs, they started last week re-signing Levante David and franchising Chris Godwin. And then
I'm happy for that man.
And yesterday they gave the bag to Shaq Barrett. They gave him the max contract. They re-signed Gronk.
They did re-sign Gronk?
1 year.
Yeah, that's good.
1 year.
Gronk said he's only playing on 1 year contracts for the rest of his career.
$250,000.
No, 10 million.
$8 million.
No,
10 million. He's got 10 million, 8 million, guaranteed. And then
This dude looks crazy.
and there's talk now. Quinn Snyder, he's former Lakers assistant coach. By the way, he went to the other school in North Carolina as well.
North Carolina State?
No, the one in
Ain't no other school over there.
the other school that
Ain't no
was
other school
blue.
over there.
Is that that's them guys.
I don't know what they are.
Yeah, them guys.
Oh,
All right, so
Too
yeah.
late.
So yeah, we got
And right now, there's still talking about wanting to bring back Leonard Fournette, but there's talk maybe the Seahawks and the Patriots might be interested in Leonard Fournette. There hasn't been now to talk about Antonio Brown. Now they still want to bring back Ndamukong Suh.
I thought the Bills should have got Leonard Fournette.
But the champs, they said they were gonna bring the band back together, and I gotta give Jason Light and Bruce Arians props. Brady signed the extension at which, kind of
made it easier.
may restructure the contract and may put some more money in the salary cap for in the salary cap room for the team to bring out these guys back. So good for them.
That's why he the GOAT, man.
Quarterback.
But let's talk about our teams so far. I'll start with you, Mr. Nick Freeze. Your Las Vegas Raiders. You said they was making moves like they were in Oakland. So it means nobody was paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all signed Yannick Ngakoue.
I like that signing.
Y'all trade Trent Brown back to the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all let Nelson Aguilar go to the Patriots. And today y'all waived y'all center Rodney Hudson, who was Pro Football Focus graded as the number one highest graded center.
He requested that release.
Right.
He probably going to Patriots too. Watch.
He might go to Arizona.
And then
The P go.
He's right there.
Oh.
And then another talk is now about this Russell Wilson situation. Now, we talked about so the Bears,
They're pretty much out.
the Cowboys are out too. So it's now down to your Raiders and the Saints if Russell Wilson gets traded. Because, by the way, if y'all haven't heard the news, yeah, B. And Sierra. Thank you.
I'm about to say, don't forget.
Yeah. Because if y'all haven't heard the news, Drew Brees finally announced his retirement on Sunday. Hall of Fame career.
Salute.
Yeah, most definitely.
All-time leading passer in NFL history. Over 80,000 career passing yards.
I love watching Candace Parker on TV.
She's really good at she's really a really good analyst too. I had to make sure I had to clean that up. I don't want the Me Too crowd coming after the show.
Ooh, you said the who?
No, she's a good. No, but Candace Parker, Vol Nation, represent Vol Nation. Well, Tennessee, University of Tennessee.
Yo, I don't know what's going on.
Well,
She married a dude from Duke.
and you see where he's at. You see where he's at and where she's at, right?
I can't believe he got drafted that high. Yeah.
T-Mac clowned him. So that's what you get for doing. I think he was playing in Denver, and I think they showed him on the jump getting dunked on. Mm-hmm. And T-Mac was like, "That's what you get for dogging my girl Candace like that, punk."
Mm-hmm.
Did he say that for real?
Yes.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, shame on you, Sheldon. I was like, wow.
That's why on ESPN right now.
What'd he do?
I don't know how they broke up. I was kind of shocked she was with him. I didn't think he was. I mean, I'm on the opposite track, but and that's her daughter, and that's her daughter's father.
He thought he wasn't that tight.
He didn't look like me. I mean, look at her and look at him. I'm just saying. And he went to Duke. She went to Tennessee. She went to a elite basketball school. He went to basically a garbage basketball school. RIP Pat Summitt. The women's coach from Tennessee.
Yeah.
All-time women's coach from Tennessee. But
Watch how she go.
But back on the quarterback situation with Russell Wilson. So now it's being reported that the Bears aggressively tried to trade for Russell Wilson today. But when the Seahawks basically said, no, we're not trading him, they went ahead and signed Andy Dalton.
The Red Rifleman.
If they would have offered Khalil Mack, they would have made the trade.
By the way, I've been watching a lot of Free Agent Frenzy on NFL Network during the day. They made a trade. I want to ask you this, since your Raiders have been one of the teams that Russell would accept a trade to.
Mm-hmm.
Would you trade Derek Carr? Mark, get your thoughts on this as well. B, you too. Your next two number ones in this year, next year,
Yes, you have me a yes so far.
and Cleveland Farrell
Cleveland Farrell out of there.
So you said
for Russell Wilson.
So you said David Carr.
Well, I hope it's not David Carr because if it's
Derek Carr, Cleveland Farrell, and
2 1s
All right, so
for Russell Wilson.
you get rid of your quarterback. That basically they'll get their quarterback.
Right.
You get rid of a player that you pretty much shouldn't have drafted anyways.
Right.
And you give up 2 first-round picks.
Which are going to be lower picks as y'all going to be a good team.
Exactly.
Who says no?
Seattle.
I think Seattle may say no because they're probably not really sold on Cleveland Farrell.
Or David Carr.
I think
They must think he's a bad analyst too.
a bad what?
You get both Carr. What?
But they must think he's a bad analyst because that's what David Carr does now.
You get both Carr brothers.
Please. Even he said that the Raiders should trade for Russell.
Well, of course he would know. It's his brother.
Yeah, seriously. So they get a temporary solution at quarterback.
So Derek Carr can now get sacked the most times in the NFL.
Pretty much.
End up like David. All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that's a good point, Mark.
Yeah, pretty much.
He basically his career end just the way his brother's career ended. That's sad. That would be really sad too. But and Derek Carr has already had major injuries.
Yeah, his brother was a better quarterback.
We got some comments. Shout out to Ms. Lisa in the chat. What's Gruden doing though? It's like the Chargers. That's from a Chargers fan. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
I like what the Raiders are doing right now though. Keep Carr. It works for me.
Yeah, okay.
As a,
I know a backhanded compliment when I hear it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Now let's find down to the Mile High City. The Mile High City.
Oh,
Even though it's illegal there, but we're not talking about that Mile High.
hello.
The Denver Broncos, my Denver Broncos. We made the decision today. Von Miller is staying.
$18 million, huh?
Well, when you look at what some of these pass rushers are getting this year, it makes kind of sense. I mean, look at what Judon got. Look for what Leonard Williams got today. You saw what Leonard Williams got today?
Yeah, but they're young and not coming off an injury.
Yeah, but obviously this is nostalgic. You can tell this is the last move from Elway's regime, and I think George Payton's going to probably be in full control from this point.
Unless they got Peyton Manning over there, that's the only way that's going to work.
or Gary Payton.
Well, he's been making the pro day rounds now. Well, Gary. By the way, I want to bring that up and talk about Seattle because it was a good question that I heard on Good Morning Football yesterday. By the way, that's the best. That's one of the best shows on TV.
Well, good morning.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good show.
But I bring up what we did. We let Kareem Jackson walk. Obviously, we let AJ Bouye and Jarrell Casey go.
I hope we get both of them.
We re-signed Shelby Harris.
I want AJ Bouye.
By the way, he's now talking to Cincinnati. Huh? Stop. We re-signed Shelby Harris. We signed Ronald Darby. He former Bill, Mark.
He's not that good.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need corners. So obviously,
Yeah, should have resigned AJ Bouye.
it would have been. It can't be at that price because obviously he still. I think got to miss one or two more games because of suspension. That guy.
Zion need to stop using razors.
I'm assuming he's like, man, I'm staying away from the team barber.
Yeah, for real.
I'm staying away from the team barber. But CJ McCollum's back.
Who cares? You trade him.
Hey, they got a week to the deadline. That guy.
He needs to get up out of there too, but it's all good.
Well, by the way, y'all notice every show now is trying to get Damian Lillard traded now.
They've been saying Damian Lillard need to be traded.
I'm like, man, we need to get Damian Lillard in a bigger market. Like Lisa said, we need Ertz now that Bill scooped up Hunter Henry. Well, you know what would have been a better idea instead of getting Zach Ertz? Re-signing Hunter Henry.
Yeah. He didn't even sign for that much either.
3 years, $37 million. Come on, Dean Spanos. You can't you that cheap?
23 guaranteed.
Yeah, that's
a 2-year deal.
and he's better than the dude from Tennessee too.
And Jonnu Smith got 4 years, 50.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, okay, but I digress. So we still have to figure out the quarterback situation. Our GM went to the North Dakota Pro Day to see Trey Lance, and he said that if the best player available is a quarterback, we're going to draft him. But I think right now it looks like we're going to probably be bringing in a veteran. Just don't bring in Mitch Trubisky. Okay, Mark.
Y'all get Mitch Trubisky.
You're Buffalo Bills.
Signed the punter.
And Emmanuel Sanders.
Shout out to Emmanuel Sanders. Why just didn't re-sign Kenny Steele? All right, but anyway, go ahead.
Probably cheaper.
And better.
Yeah.
That's all the moves y'all did, right?
Signed the punter.
I mean,
And our punter was good last year. That's the cool part about it. Like,
at least y'all didn't get rid of 4 offensive linemen.
We did.
Starters.
well, we didn't get started.
You mean like the Chiefs releasing Eric Fisher, Mitchell Schwartz, and then they paid Joe Thuney $80 million?
Wasn't that the dumbest thing y'all seen? I seen the whole day. That was a good pickup. He's a good guard, but that was dumb. Y'all got rid of.
You got to rid of both of your tackles. You don't need
for a
another guard.
Yeah.
Unless the doctor, Tardif is not coming back. But I'm not paying $80 million for no Joe Thuney. He's a good Is he a right guard or a left guard?
He's a left guard.
He's good. He's a good left guard, but still, $80 million. And when y'all need a right tackle and a left tackle, come on.
Yeah, he's not. What's his name? Quentin Nelson. He's not him.
I have another trade. I had another trade that the NFL Network brought up. Is with the Jets and Deshaun Watson. I don't know y'all gonna say Deshaun Watson's not going anywhere, but I'm gonna stand by it. My question is, who says no to this trade? If you're the Texans, you send Deshaun Watson to the Jets for Sam Darnold, 2 1s, and Quentin Williams.
I think Deshaun Watson says no.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson's most definitely going to say no. If I'm Houston, I'm saying hell yeah. Why not? You get a good defensive lineman. You get Sam Darnold's not trash. He's not. He's better than. He's most definitely 1,000% better than Mitchell Trubisky. So there's most definitely worse options out there. Why not?
Wow.
You already got a quarterback that don't want to be there. Unless you just want to be like, unless he goes to the extent of I'm not playing like how Le'Veon Bell did. I mean, make a trade. That's not a bad trade. And how many number ones they get?
They get 2.
Yeah, I'd take those because the team's not gonna be that good. They still, even though they'll get Deshaun Watson, they still have most definitely 1 year of being under 500. But that doesn't mean that they won't be like they're not gonna be trash. They can still win about 6 or 7 games.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Texans won 4 games, and Deshaun Watson had a great year.
Right now, if you even peep even with the offseason, the Jets have gotten better offensive weapons than the Texans do, which is absolutely insane to say.
By the way,
I still can't believe I just said it.
The Bills signed a punter.
Well, y'all signed a punter. We brought back Von Miller, and we still have Drew Lock as our quarterback.
Oh, but
And we gave a low restricted free agency tender to Philip Lindsay. So basically, if he gets signed by another team, we don't get no draft compensation for him.
I'm trying to figure out where Richard Sherman about to go.
There's talk that the Saints are interested.
I'm looking at that right now.
who's going after Levi Wallace? Be honest. Be honest.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. There's some teams that go after Levi Wallace.
They will.
Like who?
The Raiders probably go after Levi Wallace.
Broncos might go after Levi Wallace.
He's still young, so that's the only thing.
Sorry.
He don't have to be they starter. He could be their nickel.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Pretty much.
You got a penny?
Dang, that's just guy's killing me. I want to ask a question. So I was talking about Russell Wilson. Wow. So I was talking about Russell Wilson, and I was talking about, there's always talk about him maybe not getting traded, not getting traded. We'll see. I doubt he gets traded. But Seattle, they asked a question. He's probably on the Mount Rushmore of Seattle sports, right? I mean, you think about it as far as number one on the Mount Rushmore of Seattle sports. I thought, not personally, the Mount Rushmore, when you think of Seattle sports, I think of Russell Wilson, I think of GP, I think of Sean Kemp, and I think of Griffey.
Yeah, I'm about to say Griffey for sure up there.
So
Where Randy Johnson at?
Who?
Oh, who you replacing if you put Randy Johnson on the Mount Rushmore?
Sean Kemp.
Probably.
You replacing Sean Kemp? You replacing Randy Johnson with Sean Kemp?
I mean, Sean Kemp was the second best player on this team.
Well, so was Randy Johnson.
That's true. But Randy Johnson is in the Hall of Fame, though.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you
go.
this.
That answered the question right there.
But here's a question. When you think of Randy Johnson, obviously he won the World Series with Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you remember him? What do you remember him more as a player? Do you remember him more for the Mariners or when he was with the Diamondbacks?
Of course, with the Mariners.
Yeah, it's most definitely Mariners.
You think it's the Mariners? Okay.
And I think he's 6'10" and left-handed. He probably should be on somebody's basketball court.
That's probably why he was playing baseball, Mark. He is 16. Remember, because he was the tallest pitcher ever. Because obviously, remember, Mark McGwire's brother tried to play quarterback in the NFL, and he was 6'10".
A 6'10" quarterback would be
You never
insane.
heard of a guy named Dan McGuire? Look him up. That's Mark McGwire's brother. He tried to play in the NFL back in the 90s.
A 6'10" quarterback.
Yeah, that didn't work.
That would be
Who
crazy.
tried that? All right, anyway. Probably the Bears, huh?
I don't know. Hope it wasn't. Maybe it was the Broncos because LA likes tall quarterbacks, Pauls.
You like him tall, huh?
Are you kidding me?
I don't know. Paxton Lynch. Brock Osweiler.
Osweiler.
They said Paxton Lynch was his comparison when he first got drafted was Cam Newton.
Who?
Paxton Lynch.
No, you said Cam Newton. I mean, can't.
Cam Newton now?
No,
Cam Newton at Florida?
no. They're
Cam
talking
Newton in
about
high school?
They're talking about Cam Newton, who was in the NFL, who was still very, very good around that time. That Cam Newton,
And
who just came from winning the Super Bowl. I mean, not winning the Super Bowl, going to the Super Bowl and winning MVP. That Cam Newton.
okay, these comparisons gotta stop, man. Please, I'm begging. I'm begging you draft experts. Please stop with the comparison with the comparisons, please. Paxton Lynch. By the way, if Dak Prescott wasn't late for his meeting with Elway, we probably would have drafted him in the instead of Paxton Lynch.
I don't care if he would have been 30 minutes to 30 days late. I still would have drafted him over Paxton Lynch.
I don't think so because you said John Elway type is tall. So,
well, still, good. I'm just saying, man.
John just said they say like him tall.
Like nice tall quarterbacks. I don't know what else he like tall. I know he got some reason he likes tall quarterbacks. I don't know why. Brock Osweiler failed.
Bro, I was like 6'8", 6'7".
It was 6'8". Because I think his son. I think Elway's son was his roommate in college at Arizona State.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was stupid. By the way, speaking of quarterbacks, your boy Fitzmagic been ready, got the bag again.
$10 million.
That's dope, man. Good for him. I think that's gonna be a good signing for Washington.
For the Washington football team, right?
They should have kept Alex Smith.
From the Washington football team, right?
Yeah.
The team that still doesn't have a mascot, doesn't have a logo, and they're waiting until 2022 to make.
Why does it take you that long to think of a name?
They have a website now. They just made a website they're gonna have throughout the year, getting fan suggestions on what should be the new look. I mean, come on, this is not rocket science, people.
It should be fire our owner. Clown.
Dan Snyder. But yeah, he's got the bag. But speaking of other quarterback, another quarterback got the bag today. One Tyrod Taylor.
Oh yeah.
He's now in Houston.
Oh,
where he'll be probably the replacement.
Backing up Deshaun Watson.
He'll be Deshaun Watson's replacement.
Yo,
he'll be Deshaun Watson's replacement.
If you sign Tyrod Taylor to be your starter.
Well,
you sound like an organization that's not going to trade Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, they sound like an organization that's just stupid enough to do anything, and that is including trade Deshaun Watson.
Wow, the Dolphins signed Jacoby Brissett.
Brissett. And they signed Malcolm Brown too.
I thought you said Jacoby's in prison.
Nah, Jacoby Brissett signed with the Dolphins.
Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, he might need it.
Oh yeah, there we go. I'm trying to figure who it was. The Jets signed Corey Davis.
That's what I wanted to talk about. The Jets. They signed Corey Davis. They signed Carl Lawson.
Mm-hmm. So everybody in the AFC East getting better.
Yeah.
Huh. Except for one team.
What, the team that won the division, right?
We signed the punter.
And Emmanuel Sanders.
Why didn't we just re-sign Kenny Stills?
Why didn't y'all sign Corey Davis?
Wait a minute. Did Kenny Stills even play for y'all last year?
He was just on the practice squad for the playoffs.
Why nobody want Kenny Stills? What's wrong with Kenny Stills?
Why can't Kenny Stills have been perfect to pit right in between Gabe Davis.
Come on, man.
Yo.
you already gone down.
Yo.
You're already on the highway, man. You might as well try to take the exit route, man.
I'm cool.
Are you kidding me?
I'm getting out of here.
Hey, did y'all see how much Bud Dupree got paid?
Yes, let's talk about that.
Yo, he got the bag.
5 years, 82, right?
Yeah, 85 max. That's insane.
Pittsburgh Steelers. What's wrong with y'all?
They dumb?
Did they have the money to re-sign him?
Yeah.
Yes, we just talked about Fitzmagic, Lisa. He signed with the Washington football team for 1 year, $12 million.
That's a good pickup for them.
By the way, he's made $71 million. I found that out today on Dan Patrick's show. He's made $71 million in his career.
Who?
Fitz.
He's not a bad quarterback, man.
For 2 games.
He's a very good. He in all actuality,
if he was still quarterback in Miami, they would have made the playoffs.
Thank you. I was about to say he should still have the starting job over there in Miami. He most definitely. That was some BS. He shouldn't have lost that job.
Well, now you wonder that's why Brian Flores and Chris Greer bring in Jacoby Brissett to try to challenge Tua.
They already had somebody to challenge him. They had somebody that should have been starting over.
Well, we'll see how this goes. But but there's been some teams who haven't made any moves, and obviously Mark Bills has been one of them.
We got a punter. Who the Chargers get?
Why do they pass the ball like that?
They got Cody Lynn. Matter of fact, ready.
They got a guard, offensive line help.
Y'all did y'all Chargers, man. Signed Corey Lindsey, the center from the Green Bay Packers.
He's good too.
And obviously, if y'all listened to the show before, y'all know producer Ben Ready has harped on the Chargers O-line. making sure you have your quarterback. Now let's protect him, and you can have done a better job than signing Corey Lindsey. I mean, y'all signed Bulaga last year, so basically y'all have 2/5. Brian Bulaga, the lineman from the Packers. Y'all basically got 2/5
left.
You have basically 2/5 of Aaron Rodgers' offensive line now in Los Angeles. Zion just said, "Yeah, sit down."
What did you think you were going to do against him?
Who was that?
That was Covington.
No, that ain't Covington. Was it? No, that was Covington.
Yeah, he got his face messed up again. What you think you were going to do?
He had a face mask on too.
That's what I'm saying. He messed it up again.
Yeah, he's blurry. Vision must be blurry. He must have thought Zion was Brandon Ingram.
He probably thought Zion was Larry.
Johnson.
I didn't want to say the last name.
Jesus.
Trey Henderson, he got paid too.
He signed with the Bengals.
4 years, $60 million. He's a good player too. That's another good pass rusher. There's a lot of good pass rushers out in free agency.
And exactly why y'all wonder why Von Miller got paid. Why the Broncos felt like they didn't make a mistake picking up Von Miller's option because they see all the other pass rushers getting the bag. They said
Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, 4 years, $64 million to stay with the Rams. By the way, the Rams, they had to make some moves just to get under the cap. They restructured Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp, and Robert Woods contracts. They re-signed Leonard Floyd. John Johnson's going to Cleveland.
Hey, Cleveland got a cold secondary. Him over there with Carl Joseph and Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams,
Ronnie Harrison.
Yeah, they got a cold secondary.
Not Rodney.
Ronnie, not Rodney. Ronnie, he went to what you call it, right? Oh my God, what school did he go to? He didn't go to Bama, did he?
Oh, he didn't go to Bama.
Okay, good. He's all right.
By the way, so we're almost about a month away from the draft, and obviously the combine.
The Raiders gonna mess it up.
No combine so far. Pro days. But everyone's talking about Trey Lance. And you now heard it was Daniel Jeremiah, by the way. I said it last week, who made the comparison comparing Trey Lance to a young, late, great Steve McNair. And he might just get drafted. By the way, speaking of quarterbacks, the Falcons restructured Matt Ryan's contract.
Oh, so they're not gonna get rid of him.
They're keeping him for this year, but it sounds like he could be on the way out in the near future.
Right there, San Francisco.
So by the way, that was the other team in my Broncos who pursued Andy Dalton.
Wow.
The red rifleman, was getting hunted.
Yeah. I got a mock draft, gentlemen.
That name is horrible.
I got a mock draft.
All right, let's go.
Maurice Jones-Drew. Shout out to Mojo. Shout out to UCLA.
Nope.
Well, you won't, but obviously.
Yeah, I ain't.
But
I ain't about to do that.
We work out at UCLA. Obviously, we know seen Mojo in the past.
The other school in LA.
Party with him a little bit.
Yeah. So cue that NFL Films music being ready, so we can talk some NFL some mock draft. You all right? Go cue that NFL Films for me. All right. So he has number one, no surprise here, Trevor Lawrence. Number two, this is interesting.
He caught an elbow to the face.
Well, that guy's not bleeding. He's
up out of there for right now.
He has Justin Fields going number two to the Jets, not Zach Wilson like everybody else.
I don't know.
You know how you feel about Ohio State quarterbacks?
Yeah, Ohio State, Alabama. Their quarterbacks don't usually.
USC. Oh, same thing.
We've had one Hall of Famer.
Number three, he has Jamar Chase going to the Dolphins. Number four, he has Zach Wilson going to the Falcons, so he has him being the heir apparent to Matt. Him being the heir apparent to Matt Ryan. Mm-hmm. And number five, he has the Bengals taking Penei Sewell.
They better draft offensive lineman.
Number six, he has the Eagles taking Micah Parsons. Number seven, he has the Lions taking Devontae Smith.
Oh, wow.
By the way, shout Devontae Smith, newest member of Clutch Sports.
Oh, he about to get paid.
He has the Panthers taking Trey Lance at 8. He has my Broncos taking Caleb Farley at 9. He has the Cowboys taking Javon Holland, a safety from Oregon, at 10.
I don't know about Oregon players.
He has Ben Reddy's Chargers taking Rashawn Slater at 13. He has your Raiders, Nick, taking, is it Kwity Paye, the edge rusher from Michigan?
Oh,
Kwity
yeah,
Paye?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Mark,
Good.
he has your Bills taking Javonte Williams, the running back from North Carolina.
Wait, so he has us getting an edge rusher? That means, well, actually, that makes a lot of sense because they gonna end up moving Farrell to the defensive tackle.
If what's the running back name from Clemson?
Travis Etienne, he actually has him going number 23 to the Jets.
If he's still around when Buffalo pick,
So you gonna trust another Clemson running back?
well, the first one wasn't bad. He just wanted nothing to do with the city of Buffalo.
Whoa! Skip back.
Rewind.
Whoa!
Zion just hold on, man.
Whoa!
This dude is.
And he made the dunk look easy. Look,
So yeah, I'm coming. Jesus,
He said, "What?"
he made
Yeah.
Zion, man. Zion.
Damian Lillard, stop shooting that.
By the way, what you think of Lonzo? I think Lonzo seems like he's trying.
Lonzo's about to get traded.
I've heard traded to Charlotte.
Yeah, play with his brother.
Boss.
LeVar's gonna speak that one into existence too.
And then they go sign Melo. I mean, Lagello.
Oh yeah.
What to the G League team?
Hey, look.
Hey, Jello can shoot, man.
Yeah, he can shoot right in the G League. He is not making an NBA roster. I'm sorry. He's not making an NBA roster. I'm not trying to hate on the young brother. I want to see him get an opportunity, but he is not good.
He should go to play at Last Chance U.
Yeah, he probably should.
He might win it.
He probably should because obviously he didn't have a college career, so he still might have some eligibility left.
Did he declare himself?
He dropped out of school after when they got back from China after that whole.
He didn't get dropped. He got kicked out.
Well, no,
he
actually,
didn't get kicked out.
LeVar
His dad took him out
actually withdrew him from UCLA.
because UCLA was gonna suspend him.
Yeah, most definitely. He should have stayed up over there.
Yep, should have just took the suspension like a man.
Took the suspension. You go there 4 years, and you basically
Shoot your way into the NBA.
yeah. As a jump shooter, don't shoot your way in the NBA. That doesn't work for people of art.
Yeah, that's Gilbert Arenas.
Wow.
You want to call him and ask him?
I wouldn't mind. He's trying to have a hilarious conversation about it.
No, he would. Now he
I'm
would.
already knowing.
Now he would.
Shout out to the Gilbert and the No Chill podcast. So now we talk about free agency. The wide receiver market has been pretty quiet. Obviously, we talked about Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne and Emmanuel Sanders getting signed. Marvin Jones signed today with Jacksonville. But none of the marquee names on the market have been signed. No Kenny Golladay, no Juju. And obviously this is a wide receiver heavy draft.
That's probably why.
And let's be clear, nothing against these guys talent wise, because obviously they're good NBA, NFL players, but they're not great NFL receivers.
Nah. And, all the big names, I think the two big trades from last year probably still, usually.
By the way, today the
stuff
1 year anniversary of the DeAndre Hopkins trade.
Usually when trades like that happen, they have a long effect upon the league. And I think that's one of those things.
By the way, didn't Stephon Diggs get traded the same day?
I think the following day.
So tomorrow, so St. Patrick's Day, this is the 1 year anniversary of the Stephon Diggs trade.
I don't know what St. Patrick's Day is.
I don't know either. That's what they have on the calendar.
I don't know what that sound was neither.
That's the day that white people pinch each other.
Oh boy, it's never a dull moment on sports for you, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I'm wondering give me a landing spot for these two. They're the two marquee receivers on the market.
Who?
Juju and Kenny Galladay.
Juju's gonna end up going to the Raiders. Like that's literally I've been hearing that for like the past like 2 or 3 months.
Corey Davis got paid, so
And Juju's better than Corey Davis.
There's some I don't know if you know this, John, but there's some Juju inside our group chat.
yeah.
And inside of I'm trying to not say what he told me, but inside the group chat, from what I was told, even during the season last year, it was either the Raiders or the Chargers. I mean, I'm sorry, Raiders, Chargers, or Rams. He want to come back home.
Yeah. I'm not surprised about that at all.
And I've been hearing that too. I've been hearing that he wants to move back west. He wants to be back west.
It's not gonna be the Chargers though. The Chargers already they already stacked their receiver.
It's a team that's picked already, I believe, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely.
I think it'll be the Raiders and the Rams. If the Rams can get under the salary cap, he'll choose the Rams because he'll be closer to home.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But the Rams can't get under the salary cap, I think he'll be in Vegas.
I'm about to say he can still be close to home in Vegas without the taxes.
That's just a 45-minute flight,
Pretty much. You can fly him out
3 hour
and step
drive.
pops up there.
3 hour drive.
depending on how fast you drive.
2.
What about
If you
Galladay?
get to Vegas in 2 hours, fam.
Man, you are breaking every law plus gravity. If you if you can get to Vegas from LA to Vegas in 2 hours on the 15, that's barely Palmdale.
Yeah, you ain't lying, huh?
So what about Galladay?
I think that I'm trying to think of a team that should sign him.
The team you keep hearing is the Jet.
Man, look, I keep telling, like I was talking to somebody earlier about this. The Jets are doing everything that they're supposed to be doing to prepare themselves to draft Trevor Lawrence and be at the very least win like 6 to 7, try and win 6 to 7 games.
You said the Jets or the Jaguars?
The Jets. Oh, I'm on Jaguars. The Jaguars. They need to get Trevor Lawrence, but what's his name? What's old boy name? Fields.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. Wrong team. Everything they can to get him up over there and do something up over there. Because I think if they're gonna get them a quarterback, it's gonna be Fields, most definitely. But they're doing everything they're supposed to because they got already got they got the receivers. They got better at that at pass rush. You know their defense they started playing better towards the end of the season. They already had they had an okay secondary. It wasn't like spectacular, but May, he's pretty good. So they made sure they kept him. They got Lawson. So they're making the right moves. So when they draft Fields, who I think they should, if they don't, they may end up what? Who else they said they might end up getting?
Who? The Jets?
Yeah. If not Fields, it's gonna be
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. One of those two. They end up getting one of those two. Hey, we'll see how it goes.
And Sam Darnold will be split. Will be gone.
I think Galladay should go to. I don't know how much money his team have, but Green Bay.
Green Bay needs to get somebody over there with Devontae Adams. They need somebody over there with him bad.
Well, we know Jamal Williams. He's gone. They just gave the bag to Aaron Jones, and
which was the smartest thing they did this offseason.
And obviously they got AJ Dillon there, which I still didn't understand that pick anyway, but I get it. But yeah, he would be a good pick. He would be a good fit there to be a number 2 behind Devontae Adams. You move Valdez-Scantling to the slot. They already put a restricted free agency tender on Robert Tonyan. You got Lazard. I still don't know half of these guys that Green Bay be finding out of the.
That's why I said Aaron Rodgers ain't no joke. People trying to downplay. I'm like, man, Aaron Rodgers ain't no joke. If you look at Green Bay games, you don't even know who half the people are on their offense.
That's true.
Seriously, you be looking like, okay, there's Devontae Adams out here. All right, Aaron Jones. All right, who else? You don't know who you be like, man, who's this dude? Who's this dude? It's always like every year, ever since they got rid of Jordy.
Yep, I'm about to say ever since they got rid of the receivers.
By the way, they showing the stat on the TV.
Wow.
16,000 points, 4,000 assists in their first 9 seasons. You got Oscar Robertson, Larry Joe Bird, LeBron Raymond James, and Damian. My God, Dame. Let me be clear. I'm a Lakers fan, but my favorite player to watch that's not in the purple and gold is Damian Lillard. Man, if he would have been like, man, we'll find a way to get him to the Lakers, but man, we don't have there's no way he wants to stay in Portland. I can respect him for that, but man, he would just shine someplace else. He'd rather be the Bay.
He okay without winning the championship.
Sound like it.
Yeah, that's the way it sounds.
I get the loyalty thing, but man, I mean,
That's a conversation we need to have.
what's that?
Are we done with NFL talk?
Yeah, we can get because we're gonna go to calling out names next. Go ahead.
Why is it that everybody want Dame Lillard to leave, but everybody was mad at LeBron when he left?
It's confirmation. I'm gonna give credit to the great Ramona Shelburne, who came up with this term. It's called confirmation bias. People have already confirmed their opinions about LeBron from day one, so they're gonna have their opinion. Even if it just makes no sense, because it's the cool thing to do. Let me criticize LeBron. You saw Zlatan do it. Skip is getting $8 million a year. Well, in the words of Le'Veon Bell, they call him shrimp. He calls him Shrimp Bayless. Pause.
What?
You never heard the diss record?
No.
You never heard the Le'Veon Bell diss record on Skip?
What?
When the year, what was
Are
it?
you kidding me?
The year the Falcons went. The year the
Are you
Falcons
kidding me?
blew the 28-point lead, 28-3 lead to the Patriots. Le'Veon Bell had a diss record on Skip called Shrimp Bayless. Look it up.
Oh my God.
Look it up after the show. It's called Shrimp Bayless.
I don't know if I want to hear Le'Veon Bell rap. I don't know. I know I don't want to hear him call another man shrimp. I'm cool.
Because Skip offered a couple of shows. I'm not coming on the show with the shrimp. He kept calling it. And he kept repeating it. I was like, come on, LB, chill, man.
Well, why'd you repeat it?
It just dawned on me what I said. Pause. Yo.
He said, if you don't want it, come on, man. Come on.
Nah.
Hey, yo,
Keep
hey,
that
hey,
energy
yo,
over.
what makes that so funny is all you hear is Ben's voice, but you don't see him.
That's it.
You know, when I saw somebody had said something about Damian Lillard, they was like, when you don't have any when there's no expectations for you, anything that you do seems like a great accomplishment. So there's not really no expectations for Damian Lillard to do anything because the first thing they're gonna say is, oh, he's in Portland. Nobody wants to go to Portland, but it's just like how you said, they'll give him that pass, but won't give LeBron that pass.
Man, I'm like this. Damian Lillard is a top 15 to 20 player. He's been in Portland 9 years. He's got to the conference finals once. They got swept by Golden State without Durant, I might add. He's a great player, and everyone keeps saying he wants to go east and play. Like Stephen A. saying he already wanted to be a Knick. I beg to differ. I think he wants to be. If he was going anywhere, he's going west. He's going to stay in the west. More than likely, probably go to Golden State. But obviously, with Steph there, he probably doesn't feel like they can.
Nah,
it wouldn't work. But
it's kind of like the Jordan Isaiah situation.
Steph on the Lakers.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Man, someone asked me about that. Would I trade AD and Trez for Steph? Shout out to my guy Justin from Showtime Forum. He asked that in the chat the other day.
You don't never trade big for small,
No, you never do that.
but
This is where it differs.
I would say you can have everybody else on my roster.
Yeah, AD.
Everybody.
Yeah, AD can stay. Y'all can take the other 12 players. AD, LeBron, and Steph.
Yeah, I think how the media try to play it out, like Steph and LeBron had like a little semi beef. I think they always had for lack of a better term, bromance with each other.
They both from Akron.
Yeah. I think they both was born in the same hospital.
Yeah,
like I think they both.
Speaking of Steph,
I think that they both been wanting to play with each other, and I think that'd be a crazy.
You realize what you just said?
A crazy. Listen, man, I'm not worried about the immaturity on the show right now.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a crazy fit.
AB channel 691.
Whoa,
B.
60. What?
No, I said channel 691, dude.
No.
The Lakers, man. I did not say that.
wrong show.
Look at me trying to be mature and then get right back
Yeah,
into
see,
the
man,
immature.
come on, man. You gotta be the voice of reason, and you just feel right for the banana in the top right. Pause.
Whoa, no. Yep, show over.
Not before we do calling out names. We're gonna do calling out names.
Fam.
Hey man, is Dolly playing?
Yep, Dolly playing.
Where's Dolly at? Man, I don't see him yet, man.
The game just started. He
By
come
the
off
way,
the, he come
But
off
who
the,
the hell is number 30 on the Lakers?
he come off the bench.
Damian Jones. Damian Jones.
All right, so what we doing? Calling on that. But yeah, I always want to know that. Like, why is it like the media trying to get Dame out of?
Because everyone loves Dame.
Everybody likes Dame. Nobody likes LeBron.
Everybody hates LeBron.
Got it. That makes sense.
They hate greatness. Let's put it like this: the world hates greatness.
Everybody who's great, I hate.
By the way, speaking of LeBron, the news today: him and Maverick Carter are now part owners of the Boston Red Sox. They're the first blacks to be owners of the as far as the Fenway Sports Group.
You saw that, right?
With LeBron.
You saw that, right? The game just started.
Yeah.
Why you? All right, never mind.
yo, I saw that too. That's why I just turned my head like, yo, what's going on here, fam?
Oh, all right, Damien.
Ooh,
Is he wearing a T-shirt?
yeah,
One of those-
yeah. He in the,
All them dudes were-
AAU game.
Oh, wow, man.
Yeah, he in the AAU game. That's crazy. But anyway, you want to do call out names?
Yeah, man. So, but shout out to LeBron. Him and Maverick Carter are now the first two black men to be a part of an ownership for the Fenway Sports Group, which owns the Boston Red Sox.
That's dope.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I always thought LeBron was a Yankees fan, but he's like,
I don't think that team was by choice. I think the soccer team he owns,
yeah.
is a partnership that owns the Fenway thing. So,
And I remember because I used to watch Survivor's Remorse. I remember Tom Warner, the owner of the Red Sox, had a cameo appearance when LeBron showed up on the episode.
Did it just say the Lakers have 4 turnovers already?
well,
I mean, it wouldn't doubt it. That Chris Finch,
Chris, what?
What?
Finch,
Oh.
Finch, like the dude from American Pie, Paul Finch,
Oh, okay.
like Finch.
Hey, this dude is no joke. This dude, Anthony Edwards.
25 points so far in the month of March per game,
He's
and he's just making dudes posters every night now.
yeah, he's dunking on everybody.
Be chill, man.
Huh?
Y'all ready to call some names, gentlemen?
Big chill.
Yeah.
Nah, ain't no big chill. Ain't no big chill. Wow.
That's what you said, ain't it?
No, I said be chill.
Oh,
But then obviously we have fun, but we got to get serious right quick. Segment that is often imitated, never duplicated. It's our guy Dolly's favorite segment, as he's right now back on his 10-day contract with the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's time for calling out names, and I will lead this segment off. I'm gonna start off with the New York Mets again. I don't know if y'all saw this video. The New York Mets, while they're in practice during spring training, had a practice where they reenacted catching the final out of Game 7 of the World Series.
Why?
wait, who did that?
The New York Mets.
Wait. Time out. When was the last time they was in the World Series?
2015. They lost to the Royals.
So why are they doing that?
I don't know. Isn't that what we used to do as kids? We try to imagine the backyard. Just imagine we hit the game-winning shot like we playing.
Yeah.
Like we were in the NBA. Y'all, these are grown men. Y'all imitating it. Come on, dude.
I don't get that. That's exactly
Why they're in the Mets and not the
Yeah.
Yankees.
Pretty much. Get that up out of here.
Well, okay.
Wildcat.
And I was gonna say, Carl these has like he was going to just go over and step over Dennis Schroeder.
He went to Kentucky.
He was like he was going to go over there and step and do the Iverson step over on Dennis Schroeder, but he had to let me not get a technical this early.
He was about to go over there and get over Schroeder.
Y'all crazy. My next one, Madison Square Garden.
Oh man, yeah. I don't like that.
Oh boy. You know, we've been real nice to James Dolan and the Madison Square Garden. We haven't criticized them. We actually gave them props because the Knicks are actually having a good year.
No, I'm not ever giving Dolan props.
Exactly. But this story really ticked me off. So, as you know, the Big East tournament happened at Madison Square Garden last week. And the great Patrick Ewing, Hall of Famer, Knicks legend, Georgetown legend, who's the head coach of Georgetown, was walking through the back, and the next thing you know, They did not let him. They actually asked him for his media pass.
Time out. First and foremost, how do you not know who Patrick Ewing is?
He's like, and
He's only 7-1.
not to be saying anything controversial. Y'all think that many are that many 7-foot Jamaicans walking around Madison Square Garden like that?
Yeah, no, seriously. Like that doesn't make any sense. You mean to tell me that you work at Madison Square Garden? This dude literally has a jersey up over there.
There's not a picture of him somewhere in Madison Square Garden.
I'm pretty sure there's about 1,000 of them. He is literally the reason why people still like the Knicks.
Yeah, Spike Lee was went to Brooklyn and watched them play the Nets on yesterday.
Thank you. All because Patrick Ewing.
Come on, man. I mean, come on. And then it brought up a bigger discussion I heard on Mason Island the next day about who gets a pass. Who does everyone need to have a credential to have access in certain places? Obviously, certain people should not need to show that have a media pass because he basically pulled the who I am card. Man, well, yeah, he's basically the reason why this building is standing and still.
That's what he said. He said, I built this.
Yeah, this is my house.
Yeah, seriously.
So Patrick Ewing should never have to ask for having to be carded in the place he built for like 15 years.
And on top of that, he was coaching the team that was playing in the.
Exactly. Were you not know? Did y'all not know that Villanova that Georgetown was playing Villanova?
Well, let me play devil's advocate.
Go ahead. I know a lot of people were, but I see where you're going.
What if the security was like 19?
Still, man. I heard this argument too.
I mean, I don't agree with it. I'm just saying.
I heard that argument too, and it still don't make no sense. Go ahead, Nick.
There's no reason. Look, even if you are 19, if you doing anything, if you're in New York, how do you not know who Patrick Ewing is? Forget just being like dealing with the Knicks. If you're in New York, there's something with Patrick Ewing somewhere up over there.
There's like a billboard. It's gotta be like
this dude was the biggest thing in New York for like 15 years. Pause.
They rigged the lottery so this dude can play in New York.
What?
Thank you.
Did you not heard the frozen envelope?
Oh, why am I talking about that?
And hold on, that's a different day.
Edward.
Different day.
Come on, man. But I hated it. And obviously, it shouldn't have happened. But this brings up a wider discussion about who had. I mean, if this was at Staples Center, what happens if somebody carded Magic or carded Kareem?
They're not.
Or
You're
what about
losing your job?
Okay, what about James Worthy?
No.
You're losing your job.
Byron Scott?
No.
Okay, Jamal Wilkes. I'm like this. If your name is on the wall in an arena,
you should be able to go.
And you should know. And you should know.
Yeah, but not everybody know what Jamal Wilkes look like.
I understand that, but come on, you don't know what Jamal Wilkes look?
No. Ben said he don't know what he look like. Like I think that I'm not saying this for Patrick Ewing.
Okay, I was being hyperbole on Jamal Wilkes, but guys who are familiar faces, you should pretty much know. Like you, I mean, if
you think Byron Scott got a familiar face? Do you think if somebody who's not really a fan of basketball, you think they know who Byron Scott is if they see him?
I mean, he did coach the team, so he walked in the building 82 times over 2 years.
I know we know basketball, and we know who these players are.
Yeah.
But do you think somebody who's not as up on basketball, if they were walking down the street and seeing Byron Scott, they know who Byron Scott is?
You are right.
I understand what you're saying. You're probably right.
But that's because of the tier player that he is. When we're talking about
I get what Patrick Ewing.
With Patrick Ewing, yeah, that would be like somebody asking for Shaq's pass over there at the Staples Center, or
that's what I was thinking.
RIP. Somebody asking for Kobe's.
If you're like a Hall of Famer, there shouldn't be a pass. I think that's what when Michael Thompson was bringing this up. Like, I shouldn't have to ask for a credential if you're Kareem, you're Magic Johnson, you're Shaq, you're Patrick Ewing. Obviously, Patrick Ewing's probably the only Nick legend. Obviously, Walt Guy Frazier works for the team, so he doesn't really count.
Please, he's the best player in Knicks history.
You know,
who?
Patrick Ewing.
He is.
It's not even close.
Because I think a lot of people, they were trying to compare what happened to Patrick Ewing with what happened with Oakley. To me, this was more about what happened with Spike Lee. Spike Lee, they was told he couldn't come into that entrance because there's a new entrance. You gotta go around through the front. And he was like, "Man, I've been a season ticket holder here for like 30 years."
He said, yeah, I remember he said he's been going through that same door for 30, like you said, for 30 years.
Because obviously, you know, like they have certain interests for certain people. Obviously, God rest his soul, when Kobe was coming to the Laker games at the time, he wasn't going in through the front door.
No.
He was driving through the driveway, and he'd make his way through the hallway of Staples Center.
As well as he should. And like Spike Lee should have that same right where he go in.
You think Jack Nicholson is walking in to Staples Center off Figueroa? No.
There's no way in
might
the
be
world
one on
with that. Yeah, that's something different on Figueroa.
That's different. Say that for tomorrow. Say that topic for tomorrow. I can go another direction. Go ahead.
But like with that situation, like Spike Lee, most definitely. There's no reason why you should do Spike Lee like that. You could literally every major Knick highlight over the past 30 years at Madison Square Garden has had Spike Lee in the background.
He was in the 30 for 30.
You know what would have been funny if that security
My
guard
top 5, 30 for 30, something like that.
if the security guard would have asked Patrick Ewing for his autograph and then said I need to see your
If Patrick Ewing should have slapped him.
Like, come on.
that'd have been crazy.
That's too crazy. I just that bothered me, man. But I get it. Max Kellerman and Rob Parker. This is a 2-for-1 special because they're basically both about the same person.
They both what?
It's about their theory on their opinion on Drew Brees.
Go ahead.
So here's the thought. Max said that, and I agree, Drew Brees is not a top 5 quarterback. But you can't say he's not a top 5 quarterback. Don't say he's not top tier. I don't understand. I'm trying to understand the logic in that.
So
You're the all-time passing leader, and he wasn't patting stats.
this is why I don't like just titles. Because I read that and I said the same thing. But then when you listen to what Max was saying he think that Drew Brees is Hall of Fame,
Yeah, he thinks he's a top 10 quarterback.
top 10 quarterback, but how he asked the next question, how can you put him in the top tier when he was never a top 3 quarterback while he was ever playing?
Yeah,
And that's a question that you can ask.
and it's real.
Because it was Brady, Peyton Manning.
And then it became Aaron Rodgers.
Well, he never won an MVP.
He was never been better than Aaron Rodgers.
B, what you think? He was your quarterback for like 4 years, man. What you think?
He ain't better than Phillip Rivers.
What?
Drew Brees.
He ain't better than who?
I'm joking.
I was trying to say, man. I was like, okay, the show's
I was
over.
about to end the show now.
B, what you think about the disrespect that Drew Brees has been getting since he's retired in like just the last 48 hours?
Breeze, is he better than Peyton?
No, not better. He's better than Eli, and that's why Rob Parker's on the list because he said he don't think that Drew Brees is better than Eli or Big Ben.
Check.
I think he's better than both of them.
It's Brady,
Yes,
Peyton.
Montana.
Montana's up there.
El-
John Elway.
I'm talking about it right recent, not
Like in the last 10 years.
All right, yeah.
In the last 10 years, you got
then Drew Brees number 3.
No, he's not. He's not
You got
better than Aaron Rodgers.
He's not better than Aaron Rodgers.
He's top 5.
Yeah, he's not better than
He's
Aaron
not
Rodgers.
Aaron. He's not better than
It's Brady, it's
He's not better
Peyton.
than Aaron Rodgers.
It's Brady, it's Peyton, it's Rodgers, then it's Breeze.
Tyrod Taylor.
Not.
Oh,
Look, hey, I saw somebody say this. I don't agree with
Nate
this.
Peterman.
No, they said when Tony Romo was playing.
Why
he was
are you torturing yourself like that,
I'm
bro?
not.
People said for like about 3 or 4 years, Tony Romo was better than Drew Brees.
At what?
That's the same thing I said.
Why you torturing yourself?
You ain't be wrong, man. Nah, man. Tony Romo is going to be and let me be clear. This is going to be the real cautionary tale when Tony Romo's up for induction to go into the Hall of Fame.
Tony Romo put up some very good numbers.
He's going to be
That's what I was about to say.
He's Hall
He's
of
put up
Fame.
some very, very
That's-
good numbers.
I know it's easy to not like Tony Romo and hate on
I like Tony Romo.
I like Tony Romo too. I just
I
mad
think
he's on the
I
Cowboys.
think he's a great, and I think he's a great analyst. I know some people
He's
think
one of
he's
the best.
annoying. I think some people think he's
I
annoying.
think he's one of the best.
But this is going to be a real debate when his name comes up. I think
I'll leave it like
I
this.
think next year for the Hall of Fame,
If Eli figures out, if Eli somehow gets into the Hall of Fame,
which he is,
why?
because he won 2 Super Bowls, and his last name is Manning.
Let me tell you something.
I'm telling you right now.
If Eli gets into the Hall of Fame, that shows you how much we're not putting in perspective how great Brady is. because the only reason why he's going is because he beat Brady.
Well, let's look.
What else has Eli done in his career?
That's it.
Be the Giants quarterback.
You be the Giants quarterback.
He's led the league in interceptions like about 5 times,
But he's the only quarterback to say, I beat Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl.
and it's not because of him.
Is Drew Brees better than Patrick Mahomes?
I'm gonna say no right now.
I'm gonna say Drew Brees at his peak.
At his peak.
I'm not talking about how he just retired, but his
No, at his
retired
peak,
2 years
at
ago.
his peak, which was like 2011 Drew Brees. 2011 Drew Brees versus Patrick Mahomes that won the MVP. I would go with Drew Brees.
2011 Drew Brees was ridiculous.
That was that New Orleans team that had Sproles and Jimmy Graham.
That team was good.
And Marcus Colston.
Their defense was trash during that time.
My defense was trash until like the last 5 years.
Yeah, their defense used to be terrible.
They were like the worst. They had the worst defense.
Yeah, they technically had the worst defense of all time one year.
By the way, you know who the defensive coordinator at that time when they had the worst defense in history?
Rob Ryan?
No, it was Steve Spagnuolo.
Wow.
And now we're Steve Spagnuolo.
What year did
They win
Mahomes win MVP?
2018. 2018 he won MVP. So 2019 was Lamar.
Yep.
And then
Last year was Josh Allen.
Should have been.
what it should have been.
No, it shouldn't have. I'm just saying, Aaron Rodgers should have won MVP. That was clear cut.
Yeah, you know that.
that wasn't close at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was Rodgers. In this order. Rodgers this year, Lamar last year, and Mahomes the year before that.
That's when he threw 50.
Yeah.
That's when he threw for 5,000 and 50 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breeze had like 3 of those seasons.
No, he had 5 seasons where he threw over 5,000 yards. That's crazy. No other quarterback ever has had more than one.
And I know people gonna say because New Orleans offense is pass friendly, but
Yeah, extremely pass friendly.
but some of that was a stat pad, and that was just the fact that he was in the
No, a lot of the fact that his defense was terrible.
and he had to throw because the run game wasn't always
run game?
wasn't the best. When they won the Super Bowl with Pierre Thomas and Reggie Bush were the running backs.
Wow, I forgot about Pierre Thomas.
And
I
then,
haven't heard that name in so long.
Yeah, for real.
and then you bring up now. I mean, you bring them now with they had Ingram, and then now they got Kamara, and then obviously now Latavius Murray. But Drew Brees, salute.
Yeah.
Nick, who you got for calling out names? I know Mark's topic. We got to breathe on the person Mark's topic because that's going to be a drop the music.
Mine was Rob Parker. Of the simple fact of that you said Eli Manning is better than Drew Brees. That right there is absolutely stupid.
He's not. He's
I can't believe that. What in the world?
Shouldn't Rob Parker be in Mexico?
I don't know.
He said this was like 2 or 3 years ago. He said if Tom Brady win another Super Bowl, he's moving to Mexico.
Yeah.
That's right, huh?
Take your.
I need to tweet Chris Broussard and remind him about that.
Can I just say something real quick?
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, take your black ass to Mexico.
There you go.
I had about enough of him.
I mean, how you gonna say? I mean, and like our boy Fat said, is Eli might not even be a top 20 quarterback all time.
Eli, I can name for sure 20 quarterbacks better than Eli.
Yeah, this
Easily.
I tried to this ended up like the time I said Terrell Davis was a top 10 running back. The whole squad just let me just basically was like off with his head. Pause.
Wait.
What?
I said that Terrell Davis was a top 10 running back. Y'all it was basically like Aaron Pryor versus that dude in the YouTube video. It was like a 25 hit combo because it was him, Josh, Fat. They didn't let me live.
All at one time, huh?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Pause, man.
Whoa.
Slow down, dude.
Whoa.
That's what you was telling them?
Nah.
Wrong show.
Nah, never.
Hey, who was on there?
I wasn't there that day.
Slow it down, man. Mark, let's get to the person you want to call
I
out,
wasn't
bro.
there that day.
Y'all got jokes, man. Stop it.
No, the day they did that, I wasn't there. Hey B, you might have to turn the
Drop the beat on this one, B. This guy.
this clown guy name is Matt Rowan.
This idiot.
So Oklahoma high school game, girls at that. One of the teams took a knee, the whole team,
Yep.
and he took offense to that. Apparently, he didn't know there was a hot camera rolling,
No, he was broadcasting the game.
but it was before the game started, though. Yeah, it was a hot mic. He didn't know.
Oh, boy.
It was a hot mic. And because he was saying, like, look at these, look at them taking a knee. He was like, I hope these effing
In words.
N-words with the ER.
Yeah.
Hope they get the ass beat.
Mm-hmm. And then he said that he tried to
Wait.
blame
Wait, no, hold on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we gotta ease it in there.
Yeah, man. Pause.
The explanation he gave was, I'm a type 1 diabetic.
Man, if you don't
and my sugar was low.
Man, if you don't stop. Man,
What the hell? He ain't got Tourette's.
Let me be clear.
Kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Be clear.
No, you could have used the other one on that one, B.
you really could have.
You really could have.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nah, man,
Yeah.
Let me be clear. I know people who are diabetics,
My
man.
pops is a diabetic.
My grandma was a
My
diabetic.
pastor's a diabetic. Don't you dare. My grandparents were diabetics.
Yeah, for real.
Use that. I know people, your sugar gets up and you might say things that are crazy, but ain't no diabetes make you call someone an effing N-word. With the hard ER. Pause.
Being a diabetic doesn't make you use words you don't normally use.
Exactly.
Which allows me to assume that he used it all the time. And my only question, I know everybody was talking about what he was saying, but my question is to the person he was talking to. Like you was just cool with that? Cool. So both of y'all felt like that.
Yeah, both of them. I hope they don't get their jobs back. And
They got fired?
They need to be.
If they haven't, they should have been.
I don't think they
But
have.
they're in Oklahoma.
I think they're suspended.
But they're in Oklahoma.
With pay.
So they're in Oklahoma. So to say, but that's that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's calling out names. Last segment of the show. It's called. We're gonna do the main event. I was just moved by watching the TNT documentary, the Inside the NBA documentary, and it just made me think of what are like the best studio shows. And I came up with a list, and guys, you can join in and obviously give your thoughts. Who are like the best studio shows of all time? Obviously, Inside the NBA is number one. That show just not talks basketball, and it's just so entertaining. You think you're watching basketball, or just don't watch a basketball show, but you're watching basically a sitcom on sports. When they started, it was Kenny Smith. It was just basically about basketball. When you got Charles Barkley, it became more than basketball. And when you got Shaq, then it became just a total global phenomenon. It was a good show. That's my number one. My next show is PTI. I love growing up watching PTI. Wilbon and Kornheiser are OGs, man.
I like them too.
Yeah, they have a very good show.
And people were just tuning in because they were like, who are these two old dudes just arguing? But go figure, these are guys who are longtime newspaper writers, but they have very strong opinions. Y'all know Wilbon's from Chicago. He lives and breathes the South Side, and he is one of the best at it.
Mm-hmm.
My next one was Around the Horn. I think about when me and Mark used to go, was at Elko, and sometimes at school we be done with class, was like, let's go hit up Sizzler, and we go to the Sizzler over by South Bay Galleria, and ESPN be on in the restaurant. By the way, this kid Anthony Edwards,
That looks like
tied for the most rookies in scoring with LaMelo. Lead field goals, free throws, and third and third. Come on, man, this kid's nice.
that looks like number one overall pick.
Yeah. Boy, Houston, you really should have called and offered that pick for James. See,
I said that.
but they didn't listen. I think Around the Horn, we used to be sitting there. We like, okay, man, we can't hear what they're talking about. So one of us would go to the TV and turn up the volume intentionally just so we can hear Around the Horn in the restaurant. Those were the days, man. But Around the Horn was that's number 3. Number 4 is a new show. I just talked about it. Good Morning Football to me is one of the best shows on TV right now.
That's a very, very good show. It's very well put together.
And obviously, it's not your typical football show. It's like a combination of NFL talk with with a lot of commentary. Nate Burleson, he's killing the show. IP Schrager, Kyle Brandt, he used to be Jim Rome's former producer, and then Kay Adams, who's the host, who's like a fantasy genius. And obviously, they talk a lot. And obviously, they're not afraid to broach topics. Obviously, with Nate being the only person of color on the set. And obviously, it's very liberal, but it's very fun. I love the Angry Run segment that they do during the football season. Just showing dudes begin basically trying to tackle. It should be called the Derrick Henry segment, but
Pretty much.
but it's a good show. And then I say the last show I'm gonna say NFL on Fox NFL Sunday. To me, is the best. It's probably one of the best NFL pregame show. I mean, how many shows have all Hall of Famers on one set?
Yeah.
Howie, Jimmy Johnson now, Stray, Terry Bradshaw.
Questionable.
Well, he's a Steeler. But it's a good show. And obviously, when Strahan joined, it just took it to another level because obviously he just seemed like he was like the golden goose. Because now everything he does just turns to gold now.
Who would have thought that?
And the trip was supposed to be Tiki Barber.
That's good.
Yeah, I can get into the topic why, but we all know what happened with Tiki.
Yeah, that's having you be a hater. But go ahead.
But those are my songs. I like those shows.
And red boots.
And cheat on your wife with the production assistant. But while she was pregnant. But I get it. It was whatever.
I thought the Giants won as soon as he retired.
Yeah. The Zach year after that.
And he talked bad about Eli the whole season.
Yeah, and that didn't work.
So his brother's better.
He really is. His brother going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, most definitely.
But yeah, those are shows. Out of all the studio shows, which ones that stand out to y'all that like, man, like, yo, I got to make sure I'm watching this show. If I'm watching a game or if I'm at the crib and there's nothing else on, I got to make sure this is like must watch.
It's most definitely TNT. Most definitely.
Yeah, I like that one. I do like Partner Interruption. And when the original people was on there, what was the name of that show that's on ESPN? Well, it's still on there, but he's not on there. With him and his pops.
Laboratory, highly questionable.
Highly questionable.
Yeah,
I used to enjoy that.
That was a good show.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's still on there, but they just not there.
It was Laboratory. He left ESPN, so
yeah.
And it was like the shows like that, and obviously Laboratory left because obviously he's very outspoken.
But yeah, they didn't like some of those comments.
And obviously, you know, his family were Cuban. Defected from Cuba. He wasn't afraid to broach the topic about Castro and stuff like that. But it was a good show. And all the best to the Laboratory. He's on a new venture now, which is pretty good. But those shows, because you don't have to just, and I bring them up because I don't feel like you always have to have a show where you have to just
debate.
You don't have to always have a show where you have to basically criticize somebody. It's sometimes cool shows to just
give somebody their props.
Yeah, and like I remember, like, I watched Dan Patrick. That's another good show. But they had, like, people from Good Morning Football. And it's like, we don't always have to talk about the Cowboys just because they're the Cowboys. Like, you don't always have to just talk. And I'm not. And I know y'all gonna think I'm signaling out Skip and the First Takes and Undisputed, but I don't care. Let's just be real. You don't always have to go. You don't have, like, it's like a radio station. You don't always have to play the hits. Sometimes new blood is getting some new. Stop it, man.
That's crazy even to hear you say that.
Man, come on, dude.
On that note.
But it's good to have shows where you can just, vibe. It was cool. So next week, we'll recap the first weekend of the tournament. We'll preview the trade deadline, the buyout market, the latest on the NFL free agency. We're getting close to MLB opening day.
Uh-huh.
And then, hopefully, if y'all go into Vegas, like me and Mark will be, and y'all trying to win some money, gamble responsibly, please. And remember, like Steve Fezzik say, don't play a 14 parlay. This has been another edition of Sports for You. Thank you for watching on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button, share this video, subscribe, Townhouse Media on YouTube, follow it on Facebook and Instagram, Townhouse Media Now. Follow Sports for You on Facebook and Instagram, Sports for You Podcast. Of course, you can follow us 3 individually. Our Instagram handles are in the bio on the Sports for You page. Again, download Spotify, Spreaker, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, and Verbal. And be safe. We're almost there. We're almost getting back to normal, y'all. Just hang in there a little bit more. Just hang in there a little longer. We'll be back to normal real soon.
And avoid that Vegas buyout market.
And be careful. Obviously, Mark, I'm gonna see you this weekend, bro.
Yes, sir.
Nick, man, y'all just have decided to make the drive up to the 15. We'll be in Vegas.
I'll avoid the buyout market.
Be safe out there. Be safe whatever you do right now. Still in the pandemic, but things are getting better. I'm John. That's Mark. That's Nick Freeze. Of course,
sir.
the man on the board, the great Ben Reddy. And we'll see y'all next week. No Rules tomorrow with Mark and Ben Reddy and our brother Ill Will. Tune in 6 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube. Y'all have a good night.